What's up, guys? It's your boys Wokey back with another Chris Watts and Nicole Kessinger's video. But today we're going to take a look at Chris Watts explains what made him snap. But this isn't best audio because we've listened to him on a couple occasions, obviously confess, but what actually made him do it? Now, we've obviously looked at Nicole Kessinger, we've looked at Cindy, but what makes a guy, a normal plain Jane guy that would never hurt a fly, Cindy says, and just annihilate and murder his whole family? I know we've looked into this before, but I am definitely wanting to look into this and very intrigued because it's best audio. And it's from Midnight Rabbit Hole. So if you guys have not gone to their channel, subscribed, comment, like, and share. You know the deal. Go give them some love for putting this video for us to learn, educate, and find out more into the Chris Watts videos. So go give them some love. Link is in the description. But on my channel, if you guys could do me a solid favor and subscribe, comment, like, and share. I truly appreciate everybody that comes by, watches, comments, likes, shares. You know the deal, and I thank you guys so very much. Hopefully one day we can hit the 100K goal, so I need your guys' help. But with that being said, let's get into this video and see what more we might find underneath the missing evidence. Let's take a look.
This case continues to haunt the public consciousness. In his own words, Watts reveals the dark thoughts and twisted logic that led him to commit one of the most heinous crimes in recent history. The following audio from February of 2019 provides a chilling first-person account of the events leading up to the brutal murders of his family. As Watts details his descent into darkness, we are confronted with the terrifying reality of human evil.
I just felt like maybe the kids weren't going to be there when I got home that day.
Oh, interesting. Now, I don't mean to offend, but I have to ask, is that really the truth? Okay.
I really felt like they weren't going to be there when I got home that day.
Oh.
Like so, she would take them somewhere?
No, I just felt like either maybe I wouldn't go home, maybe they weren't going to be there, or I wouldn't be allowed in.
Hold on.
Got home that day.
Oh, interesting. Now, I don't mean to offend, but I have to ask, is that really the truth? Okay.
I really felt like they weren't going to be there when I got home that day.
Oh.
Like so, she would take them somewhere?
No, I just felt like either maybe I wouldn't go home, maybe they weren't going to be there, or I wouldn't be allowed in.
What is that supposed to mean? I wasn't going to be allowed in? Is he talking about if Shanann was still alive? Hold on.
Details his descent into darkness, we are confronted with the terrifying reality of human evil.
I just felt like maybe the kids weren't going to be there when I got home that day.
Oh, interesting. Now, I don't mean to offend, but I have to ask, is that really the truth? Okay.
I really felt like they weren't going to be there when I got home that day.
Oh.
Like so, she would take them somewhere?
No, I just felt like either maybe I wouldn't go home, maybe they weren't going to be there, or I wouldn't be allowed in. Type thing.
So I wonder if he's saying that he wasn't going to be able to go home or allowed in, stating that Shanann was going to be the one that kicked him out or what have you. I feel like you could take that chunk that he just said in two different ways. Let me know what you guys think.
I think I saw some text messages where Shanann talked about that she would take the kids to another state or something because she wouldn't be able to afford to live in Colorado or something like that. Did she say that kind of stuff to you, or what did she say about that?
She said she couldn't afford to live in Colorado on her own, and that I told her, like, well, drive. I mean, she pretty much makes the same amount I do.
Yeah.
But
see right there what he just said. The whole she makes as much as I do, just as much as I do. People are kept sitting there saying that she made no money. That's a lie, right there.
She said she wouldn't want to try, just because Colorado the price of living there was a lot higher than North Carolina.
And just so I'm clear, you thought maybe she in your mind you thought maybe she would take the kids somewhere else or like lock you out of the house or
just like I wouldn't want to make a scene like trying to like pound on the door trying to get in or anything like that. But, like,
didn't want to make a scene, and yet you murdered your family. I don't get this.
I just felt like, that was what I did on Sunday. It's kind of like,
do you guys think that he's told us the whole 100%? Do you think he's given us everything? I don't think he's giving us everything. I think he's giving us what he wants us to hear, or what we think we want to hear. Well, not even that, because what he has said so far is not what we want. It's pretty much what he thinks we should know.
Saturday night was kind of like the last straw. Kind of like going out with somebody and using an actual bank account card and just like not trying to hide it at all.
He said it right there. He said it right there. He wasn't even trying to hide it.
Through it though, because she comes home, she touches you, you guys have sex, you fall asleep, then you wake up for work, all natural, all, a normal day's work type thing.
Yeah.
What was it that made you think, I just can't do this anymore, I have to talk to her?
It was eating away at me. Like, I knew, like, something, and I knew everything that I did. Like, I know, like, when I was with Nikki, it was, different. Like, I wasn't even, like, in the realm of, I'm a dad, I'm a husband type thing.
Oh.
Yeah, he still tells people in prison that he's a dad.
And then, like I was saying, when I'm never at home, like, sleeping in my own bed, like, I have no, like, concept of that anymore.
Interesting. So in your mind and heart, you can moved on.
Like, it kind of felt like if I wasn't at home, like, I didn't think about it almost. Because, like, if I wasn't sleeping on my own, like, I think there was at one point, like, Nikki had gone to the mountains with her friends for, like, a few days, like, into June, first part of July. And then, like, that part, obviously it was home. But, like, from that whole month of July on, it was like, I was never at home. Like, I never had all those reminders around me. I never had, like, every time my wife would call me, I would be at Nikki's house.
Oh. While she was in North Carolina?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would, like, walk outside and talk to her, like, when I was next to the car or something like that. But I would never be at home looking, like, just have all these pictures around me, just being in the same bed, seeing my kids.
Again, still not taking ownership.
That we go for the last 6 years.
And so, did you just want to once and for all get it out in the open?
I just wanted to just tell her how I was feeling at that point in time. Like, I didn't feel like me and her were compatible anymore.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't feel like that because what was going on with Nikki, it was new. It was new.
Right, absolutely.
Anything that's new always feels better than the old.
Yes.
You were probably bitten by the love bug.
Yeah,
That's how a lot of therapists talk about it. Yeah.
It was just like, I never felt that. I mean, even like with new relationships in the past, like, it always feels different, like, the first couple weeks, and then, but it just, with someone Nikki felt different. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just like you said, like, I was more in control, and like, it was more of like, maybe more of me coming out. Because Shanann always said, like, it always seemed I was more myself around other people, like, her cousin Cody, like, Cody lived or came up and visited us for a little bit while we were in Colorado for a little while, and Cody always talked about, like, how Chris is so funny, Chris is like, Shanann would always like, why are you never like that with me? I'm just like, maybe I always felt nervous around you.
There's only so much oxygen in the room, right? I say this to some people when dominant personalities,
I just always felt nervous. I always felt like I was, I never could actually just, be myself.
Right.
Nikki, I was myself, like, all the time. It was just different.
Sounds like a you problem.
And it seems as though, and again, it's hard to talk about, and you tell me if I'm wrong, but it also seems, is it accurate to say that sexually you were able to say, Nikki, this is what I would like, this is what I'm into, or blah, 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 and maybe not with Shanann?
No, Nikki just wanted.
But he said there was a lot of things that he did with Nikki that he's not happy, that he's ashamed of.
I mean, she wanted what she wanted. She wanted to do it pretty much all the time. I was just like, okay, that's fine with me.
Okay.
With Shanann, it was just like, kind of like, hey. Sometimes it happened, sometimes it didn't. But that wasn't the case as far as that way. It wasn't just like sex or whatnot. But it was mainly, I was just more myself. I could, like, just not think about what I was going to say or plan what I was going to say or not, going to say something stupid or something. But
right.
A little bit of freedom.
Can I ask you something about that morning that you had sex with Shanann?
I don't
Did you
believe that.
feel at all like maybe you were kind of cheating on Nikki by doing that?
I felt strange. I felt like, you know, the first time I was with Nikki,
It's not cheating on Nikki. It's cheating on Shanann. I know what she's trying to ask when she asks the question, but I just feel like it's going to be something that Chris is going to roll with.
I felt weird first time, like,
Sure.
and then the last time I was with Shanann, I felt totally strange. I was just like, I didn't know who I was. I didn't know who I had become. I felt like I become people I see on TV, and that did not feel right with me. Like I didn't know what had happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
So Nikki even asked me like, have you done this before? Have you go straight away? I'm like, I've never even thought about it. It's like, what's different? It's like, I guess it's just you that's different, because I just never actually, like, I've seen girls smile at me before, never done anything about it. With her, it was just like, it's like she had a leash on me and she tugged me away. As soon as she walked in,
He liked it.
What's going on? So,
Well, and Tammy brings up a very good point. I wonder if that last time with Shanann having sex had somewhat of a role in you thinking,
like a trigger?
I gotta do something, I gotta say something, we gotta have a talk, something's gotta change. Is that accurate?
Yeah, it felt like it was like maybe like a trigger point or something, like it's like you hit the push button on a bomb and it just blows up.
Right.
Just something in my head was just like something was irking. Just like I had to say something. So when I woke her up and it's like, hey, we just gotta talk.
Okay.
And just like I told her, I don't feel compatible. I don't feel like this is gonna work. I just, I don't wanna, like, can we cancel the trip to Aspen? She had booked a
Why would you want to cancel that? I would love to go with my significant other to Aspen. What an idiot this guy was.
trip that week
Oh.
to go to some like mystery 4-star luxury hotel or something.
Just the two of you or the whole family?
Just me and her.
Okay.
And she had Amanda Thayer couldn't watch the kids that weekend or something.
Okay.
And I was just like, can we cancel that? Can we like do something? Like, from what I remember, I even said, can we move to Brighton just to get away from like this house?
Oh.
But like, I'm not sure if that was like in the beginning or the end of part of the conversation or whatnot.
See, when he says get away from this house, that worries me. Again, we can't believe 100% what he says because man just spits out lies. But he wants to get away from the house. Why would he want to get away from the house? Because Nicole Kessinger did some weird stuff down in that basement. Like he wanted to move to Brighton. I may be looking into this too much, but when he says that, it kind of lights a ding in my ear or my head saying, why would he say that? Why would he want to leave the house? And now, let's leave the town. Let's leave the state. Let's go somewhere else. Like, it's just specifically talked about with the house. Again, I might be looking into it too much. I just wanted to know what you guys thought.
That conversation went so many different ways. Like they had gone from like staying together to not staying together to just like all the above.
Okay. So this is half an hour, what?
Definitely not more than half an hour. I think.
Okay.
So not more than a half hour.
Are you crying? Is she crying?
Yeah, it's back and forth. It's like,
She was not
she's
crying.
got mascara. She didn't wash her face when she got home. She had makeup on still, so mascara was running all over her and stuff like that.
So she didn't take her makeup off.
Yeah, it was nothing about that conversation. I just wish I could take all of it back. Just the whole Nikki thing back, everything. But
So then when did it turn?
as far as that conversation, just at the end when I was telling her like I told her I didn't love her anymore. That's when it happened.
What happened?
She told me to get off her and then I put my hands on her.
Okay.
Did you say she said something like that you were hurting the baby or something?
That was before that, because when I was straddling her, it was kind of like around her waist type deal.
Why did you get on her like that?
I just when we got on the bed, that's just where I got on.
Is that so she would listen to you?
I felt like she could probably listen to me just laying beside her, but I got on top of her. And every time I think about it, I'm just like, did I know I was going to do that before I got on top of her? I don't know.
Really? That's an interesting thought, Chris. You don't know if you knew.
Just like everything that happened that morning, I don't know like Like, I try to go back in my head. I'm just like, I didn't want to do this, but I did it. And everything just kind of like.
I felt like you had to.
It just felt like it was. I don't even want to say it felt like I had to. It just felt like there was already something in my mind that was implanted that I was going to do it, and then I woke up that morning and it was going to happen, and I had no control of it.
You never thought about it before?
It was just like, I don't want. Like when. In the.
He's trying to find the words without not saying, like, exposing himself, or maybe even Nicole Kessinger, but he's saying that, like, he wanted her gone. Like, I wanted to get rid of her. I didn't want her in my life anymore. That's locks him up. So I don't know why he thinks he can leave the prison someday, like he's reformed. But I think he's also trying to dodge questions that might, or answers that might have Nicole included. I don't know.
Sentencing hearing, that prosecutor said it takes 2 to 4 minutes for something like that to happen. Like, why couldn't I just let go? I didn't.
Oh, that's interesting.
Why couldn't I just let
Was
go?
it feeling like it was in motion and you just couldn't stop it?
Yeah, it was just like, I don't even want to know what she saw when she looked back at me, honestly.
Did you look at her? What was she doing?
She wasn't fighting.
Why do you think she wasn't fighting?
I don't know, maybe she was praying, maybe she was just. And I read the Bible. It said, where the scripture says, don't forgive these people, for they do not know what they do. Mm-hmm. Maybe she was saying that. I don't know what she was saying in her head, but she, like when you guys told me, like, take off your shirt and check for defensive wounds, and there wasn't going to be any. She didn't fight. I don't know.
But what about Nicole? She had all these long sleeves on.
Why?
Like, she didn't grab. Could she grab your arms, or were her arms pinned down, or?
Not that I remember. I don't think so. I mean, I don't think like I moved to where my knees were around her arms or anything. But it was just kind of like when I got on top of her, we started talking. That was it. It's kind of like in my head, or like in the back of my head, that was going to happen. And just like at the end of the conversation, it was just like, that's what happened. I just wish I could have let go.
Did it seem like it was that long? 2 to 4 minutes? How long did it seem for you?
Almost kind of felt like it was longer almost, because it felt like time was standing still. It's kind of like I just saw my life just disappearing before my eyes, but it just like I couldn't let go. It was like somebody else, like if you picture somebody else around you, holding your hands, holding you, keep you from not letting go.
Dark entity.
At some point there was a statement about rage. Do you feel like you were in a rage at that point?
That's the only way I can describe it, honestly. Like a snap. I can describe it, honestly. Like a snap. I know, I guess my attorney had said like some, strangulation is more of like a, I don't know, passionate type thing. I'm just like, I don't know how that can be.
Why do they always say that passionate?
It's just intimate
kill
because you're
person.
right in there, using your own hands. It's a lot different than someone standing across the room and you shooting them or something like that. So.
It just felt like somebody
didn't do that.
like behind me, just like, I just couldn't let go.
It's interesting to me because there was a lot of things in your life that were like that, right? Where you're just like, maybe felt out of control, or maybe felt like, I don't know why I couldn't take a step back, or, like even when you said, when your buddy was like, let's go to the football game, you wanted to say yes, you couldn't.
Yeah, I wanted to. Like,
He wanted the
I've
booty.
been to a football game since North Carolina, so I was just like, yeah, sure. Like, I wanted to say that.
Yeah.
I wanted to just text him, hey, babysitter fell through, can go.
He's an idiot.
Then what?
Just, just after, you know, Shanann was, I guess, when she was gone, it was just like, I didn't know what was going on. It's like, it was like a traumatic, I don't know what you call it, traumatic event type
He
and
was
everything. And like,
panicking.
I was shaking. I didn't know what had happened. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what I had done. I still wasn't in that right state of mind. I don't think like I was in control of what I could think or what I could do at that point in time.
Becomes that dark entity again.
Like most people say, like, why don't you just call 911? Why don't you, like, unless you're in that situation, you don't know what you would have done. It's easy to play Monday morning quarterback.
I agree with that.
Like you said, if somebody shoots somebody, you don't know what was going through their mind at that point in time. You don't know what you'd have done.
So what happened next?
Bella came in.
Is that what happened? Bella came in. What she said?
Wrong.
Did she hear something? Is that what she came?
Obviously, I think.
Okay. What'd you tell me?
Mommy don't feel good.
And then, did that happen with Bella right in that room?
Not proper.
What happened?
She walked in as, she talking about she was sleeping.
Did you take her back to her room?
I put Shanann in that sheet and found the site.
Okay. And what?
Carried her downstairs and backed my truck up.
At that point, were the girls still there? Okay. So then Shanann's in the truck. Then you went back to the house.
Got everybody back in the truck.
Was Bella first or was Cece first?
In the truck.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So Shanann was first, and then Bella was next. Was Bella alive when you guys got in the truck? Oh, okay. What happened?
I woke back up.
Okay.
Probably that's.
I don't really want to talk about this part, honestly.
Okay.
Those are my kids. This is my baby. I have to talk to them every night. Help Steve.
See, I'm not giving him, like, I care about what he has to say for this moment. But this is where it bothers me that he shows somewhat of a little remorse. A little bit. For his children. That still leaves me to believe that Nicole Kessinger was the one that murdered the kids because Chris couldn't do it because he actually did love his kids. Now, that could be a completely 100% wrong. It could be truthful. We don't know because the man lies about everything. So.
Okay.
Every time I see pictures of them, I don't know how this could have happened.
Not about the movie.
Being a dad was the best part of my life. I took it all away.
I think that's the hardest part for us, Chris, is we see those videos, we see that love that you had for your girls, like, it's obvious to us, and even to us, it's hard for us to understand how a dad who's given piggyback rides and, making snacks and watching princess movies and those kinds of things, how you get to that point,
I don't know. Like I said, it was just like something else was controlling me that day. I had no control over what I was, like, to fight back.
Yeah.
Like when that prosecutor said that Bella bit her tongue, like, repeatedly, I just wanted to just bang my head up against the wall.
So you put Shanann in the truck, and then you put the two girls in the truck? Were they just sitting in their car seats, or I guess they didn't probably have car seats in your truck, did they?
No, they was sitting in the back with the, like in that bench, and
So Shanann was back there too?
she was on the floor.
What did they say about Shanann being on the floor?
Mommy, okay?
What'd you tell them?
She'll be fine.
Did you have their stuff with them? Like their toys and their blankets and stuff?
They had something with them that they carried. One of them, I think Cece and Bella had like a blanket or something with them.
Mm-hmm.
Like a pink blanket or...
What about the dog? I think one of them had a dog, right? That talked, or dog?
Yeah, one of them had like a little barking dog.
Was that with you too? Do you know?
I think it was. Trying to, it's hard to remember. Like if
Yeah.
they had like a big blanket, small blanket.
So, I think I saw on the video that you put a gas can or something in the back of your truck. Is that right? Did you have different plans when you put that in there?
Stop on fire, he said.
I don't know what was going through my head. I feel like maybe I could just get rid of myself at the same time if I was doing all this, honestly.
Yeah.
Did you think about that?
I don't think
What'd you think about that?
I didn't feel like I deserved to live after what had happened.
Was there any thought to the whole family going away that day, to include you?
After everything happened, that's the definite thought.
Yeah. See, it's interesting to me. We had all kind of wondered if there was a point when you were all together and if you were all going to pass together. That to me makes sense, because
It doesn't make
that's,
sense.
even though it sounds crazy, that's what a family man does, right?
Family man doesn't do what he did.
No, I know. I guess what I mean is, it seems like you guys were going to be together forever in that way. Is that maybe what was going through your head?
Honestly, I just felt like I didn't.
I really wish this whole time they were hooking him up to a lie detector. I know, again, it can't be used in court, but it can give us a good baseline.
I didn't deserve to live.
Yeah.
And it was like, whatever judgment I was gonna come upon myself, I just didn't deserve to be on this earth anymore.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
Okay.
So what made you not do that? Do you think?
I don't know if it was just more of like a, because with the site, maybe it was just more of like, I would have hurt more people than just me and everybody else. Like, I know there was other people out there, not like at the site, but other people like maybe out in the area. Like, I didn't want something like on the site to catch fire and blow up, and then other people around would get hurt in the same.
So you were thinking initially about starting a fire out there, or an explosion or something, or?
Just no, not for that. Just like maybe I could just take care of myself and that would have been
Wow.
gasoline. That's the only thing you do. I mean, I don't have a gun. I don't have anything like that. It's not like you can just commit suicide that way. But it's
So
just
just to
like,
blow yourself up?
I mean, it was just, I wasn't thinking.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't have weapons. I've never hunted before in my life. I don't know what. I mean, nothing was right that morning.
Yeah. I remember you kept telling me that. You kept saying, I didn't know what I was doing, Tammy. I didn't know. Like,
Yeah, when you asked me about the sheet, like, what were you doing? Like, I don't know what I was doing.
Yeah. I think you were just like in automatic mode, or it seemed like. So did you drive straight out there? So what were you thinking on the way out there?
Well, he had enough time to go get breakfast and eat some food and so forth and like that while his family was dead and rotting. That's what pisses me off the most.
It's kind of like what I was doing right now. I'm just like, nervous, shaking, not knowing, like, what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like, I know, like, my life is completely changed. I don't know, like, what's happening. Like, honestly, like, I try to picture that whole ride, like, it's like 45 minutes to an hour ride out there. And it's just like, couldn't I have, like, saved my girl's life? Couldn't I have done something? Why did I do it? I don't know.
Right.
Like, this is my flesh and blood. This is like what I wanted all my life, was to be a dad, just to have, you know, kids, and they love me, they, you know, all that, and it just nothing made sense.
Right.
Like the oil tank, nothing made sense. I'm just like, what the doing?
I always wanted to have a family. I have my family. I have my beautiful children. Yeah, 2 of them that may not be my blood, but I don't care. And the way to being a dad is you take care of them, you love them, and you be with them and all that stuff like that. You don't do what you did. There's no justification in what you did. You didn't either, you did it, you murdered your children, or you didn't help prevent who did. You were supposed to be the protector. And I'm hoping Nicole watches this. She's watching this because, oh, girl, you know what you did, and you gonna karma. You said you believe in karma. It will come for you eventually one day.
So what happened when you got out there?
I took Shanann out just to a place off to the site. And then
What were the girls doing when you were doing that?
just sent them back to the truck.
And then what happened after that?
CC was first. She did
I
have a
helped
blanket.
respond
She had a
to
blue blanket. A Yankee blanket.
Which he threw away.
So was she alive when she went into the oil tank? No?
I put the blanket over her head.
And then his mom
that's how she
sits there and
found
says, I don't care what you did.
I put the blanket over her head. I didn't want to. No. I strangled her right there in the back seat.
Okay.
See, he didn't strangle her. She died from smothering. She didn't die from strangulation. So that's why I get very questionable with that, because she didn't die from strangulation. She died from smothering. So he should have known that, right?
What was Bella doing?
She was sitting right beside her.
Did she understand? Did she know what was going on?
She didn't say anything.
She probably just watched it.
And then the same for Bella? Just without a blanket?
With the blanket.
Oh, okay.
I didn't look. It's like every time I close my eyes, I just hear her saying, Daddy, no, and that was it.
That's what Bella said.
I hear that every day.
Good.
Sorry, man.
Sorry doesn't really take anything back that I did.
I know. Is it possible that in your mind you didn't want them to suffer throughout their life? Was this like a mercy thing?
I mean, you can say that like after the fact, but it was just like, I don't.
You didn't feel like that during it?
I just didn't. I felt like it was just like an anger with Shanann, with everything, that I was just taking it out on everybody that was in front of me that morning.
Yeah.
So what's to say if he doesn't get angry or mad again, he doesn't try to kill somebody that's in front of him?
I mean, kids growing up without their parents, I mean, depending on what grandparents or whoever they grew up with seemed to be fine, but it was just like, it was an anger thing. It was just like.
And what were you so angry at Shanann about? Like, if you could pinpoint it.
Nothing that makes anybody to want to do this. I mean, you could be angry at your spouse like your whole life, but you should never have done anything like this. You should never let it get to that point. But I let it get to a point where I've never been angry before. Like, and this was like the epitome of being angry.
Yeah.
The epitome of like showing a rage. The epitome of like losing your mind. I mean, even like some people in here said, dude, like, the heck happened? He must have freaking snapped. And like, I just walk away. I'm just like, you know, I don't see it in my mind how it could have, like, you know, I look outside every day, I'm like, what could we be doing right now? But, you know, right now I'd have a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and more than likely a 1-month-old son. And a beautiful wife.
I'm glad that that stuff is going to haunt him, and I'm glad that he thinks about that. He could have had the little boy and had a beautiful wife. Like, I hope that haunts him to death. Definitely there's things in there I didn't hear the first time. I kind of questioned even the beginning and so forth like that. So I'm definitely enjoyed the best audio of the explaining why he snapped. Again, make sure you guys go over to Midnight Rabbit Hole. You see the subscribe in the middle. Go over there, give them some love. You know the deal. Watch their other stuff. They don't just make Chris Watts videos. And we'll see you guys in the next one. So keep it real, keep it safe. And as always, keep nerding on. And we'll see you guys in the next one.